Today we are going to strengthen our core, increase flexibility, mobility, get that six-pack. Hey, I'm Preston. Stay tuned if you want to achieve those goals. Today we're doing 30 minutes of abs and core exercise in a Pilates style. Let's get started with a warm-up right away. All you'll need is a mat. We'll get started with some cat and cow movements to warm up the spine. So let's come to all fours. Inhale, drop the stomach, look up towards the corners of your room. Then exhale, round the back, push the mat away for the cat. We'll do two more of each. Inhale, look up towards the corners of your room. Exhale, round the back, push the mat away for the cat. One more. Inhale, round the back, look up. Exhale, push the mat away, round the back. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat, drop your pelvis. High cobra, get the shoulders out of the ears, look up towards the corners of your room once again. Exhale, get that pelvis even lower. Nice work. Let's come back up to all fours. Start the live stream on Instagram. Minimize that. All right. From all fours, we will stretch out the upper back by raising our left arm up to the sky. Then thread your left arm underneath your right armpit. Lower your left shoulder onto the mat. Walk your right hand forward. Lay your temple down onto the mat. All of your weight resting on your left. Remember, if you feel like chatting with me, just open up that chat box on wherever you're watching me and just shoot me a message. I'll see it on my screen and then I'll reply. So come back to all fours. Raise the right arm up to the sky. Same thing on the other side. Thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Walk the left hand forward. And take a few deep breaths here. If you are still watching, you're watching longer than the average viewer. Yes, they only watch for about 2 minutes. I'm trying to get that number up. I wonder if it's some type of error though. Let's come back up to all fours. Get ready for our first plank. Step the left foot back, right foot back. Plank for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Check in for that good plank form. Abs are engaged, sucking the navel to the spine. Feet are either together or hip distance apart. Your wrists are underneath your elbows and your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your butt is in line or a bit lower than your shoulders. You could also do a forearm plank here. Just make sure you bring your butt with you on the way down. You always want your butt in line with your shoulders or maybe a little bit below. Keep squeezing those abs. Last 10 seconds. And we'll get right into some abs and core exercise. I have these programmed out today, so we'll see them on the screen. The first one we'll do is Superman for 43 seconds. Flip on over, push your pelvis down, scoop your abs up, extend your arms out nice and long, your legs out behind you, squeezing your legs together, engaging your abs, pushing your pelvis down, really reaching for either ends of the room. Keep that going for another 15 seconds or so. Just holding this one pose here. Keep it going, keep breathing. Almost done. I hope. There's the countdown timer. Nice work. Come to seated. We'll do some seated side wood chops. Really focusing on twisting at the torso. So let's come together, palms together, seated with the legs crossed, twist to the left, and then twist to the right. Really twist as far back as you can. Follow your hands with your eyes. I have to excuse or apologize for my nasal, congested sound. I tested positive for COVID a couple of days ago, and I still probably have it. Getting those home workouts in. Feeling good though. All right. Lean back kicks are up next, so let's flip around. Support yourself with your forearms. Legs to tabletop. We're going to kick out. Legs are glued together, then bring your knees back to your chest. So kick out, bring them back in. Kick out, bring them back in. You could also bend or extend your arms a little bit if you want to change your angle of your torso. The lower your torso, of course, the more burn you'll feel in your abs. All right, nice work. Quick rest. Single raise straight leg crunch. We'll do half with the right, half with the left. Roll on down. Left leg out straight. Left heel on the mat. Right leg up straight. Hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. And we're going to crunch up towards that right leg, towards that right foot, keeping the right leg nice and straight. Let's do one more on this side. Switch legs. Left leg straight. Crunch up towards that left leg, keeping the right leg energized and as straight as you can on the ground. Crunching up as high as you can. Trying to keep that left leg straight. Nice work. What's next? Twisting sit-ups. So we'll start with our feet on the mat, knees bent, feet kind of far away from the butt. We're going to sit up, and as we sit up, we'll twist, touching the opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then slowly come back down. Sit up and twist, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Try and articulate or have each vertebrae touch the mat and then peel back off the mat. So you want to do this with as much control as possible. Nice work. Knee to elbow with a toe tap. Let me turn off my heat here. Getting hot in here. All right. Knee to elbow, toe tap. So we start with our hands behind our head, legs in tabletop. Left elbow to right knee. And then take that left hand, extend, touch it with your left hand. So right elbow to right knee this time. And then touch it with your hand. Left elbow to right knee. Left leg extends. Left hand to right foot. Just nice and slow. This is kind of a multi-faceted compound movement. All right, tuck up. So we're going to start in that sit-up position once again, and we're going to, as we roll up, we're going to bring our knees into our chest, like so, and then back down. Arms reach out behind you, legs come in as you Sit up. So arms out straight behind you. Sit up. Grab your knees into your chest. Try and keep your legs together the entire time. If you do this, even when you tuck your knees into your chest, nice work. All right, shoulder taps. So we'll flip on over and come to a plank position. So your right hand taps your left shoulder, left hand taps the right shoulder. Try and keep your pelvis nice and steady, your torso nice and steady. To make this more challenging, you can bring your feet closer together while trying to keep your pelvis nice and level. To make it a little bit less challenging, to add stability, widen your feet, maybe shoulder width apart. So you're holding that plank while you're tapping right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Nice work. Up next we have rolling like a ball. Make sure there's nothing behind or at the back of your mat. Let me readjust so I don't smash my head into the couch. Start sitting up, legs into tabletop. Make a C shape with your spine, head close to the knees, and then we'll roll back to our shoulder blades, then right back up into the same shape. And holding that balance at the top of your roll, you can make this a little bit more challenging by getting smaller, so bringing your heels closer to your butt and your head closer to your knees. All right. Up next we have 3 standard crunches with 4 bicycle crunches. So let's come down, legs in tabletop, hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. 1, 2, 3 crunches. Then we go right into the bicycles, opposite armpit to opposite knee, 4 times. 3 crunches. 4 bicycles. When you do the bicycles, try and get that armpit to touch the opposite knee and get that leg 45 degrees nice and straight. The slower the better for these. Nice, slow, and controlled. Nice work. All right, body saw. We did this recently, I think, in one of the other workouts. We'll come to a forearm plank. Abs engaged. We're going to press into the balls of our feet to kind of push our weight forward, turning our body into a saw. Sawing forward and backward. Keeping those abs engaged. The butt is squeezing, forearm supporting most of the weight. Elbows underneath the shoulders at your starting position. About 10 more seconds here. You can always drop to your knees if you need to take a quick break or pause the video at any time. Keep it going. Almost there. All right. Great job. Shoulder elevated hip raise. Let me grab some water. All right. So with your shoulders elevated, which means your hands are behind your hips, you're going to lift your hips up to the sky as high as you can. And when you get to your highest point, you hold that for a second and then lower your hips back down to the ground. So almost like a crab. You're getting ready for a crab walk here. Back down. 13 more seconds. Last 10. Let's try and get 2 more in. 1. And then on your last one, raise those hips up as high as you can. All right, kind of the same idea here, but this time we'll focus on using the glutes to bring our hips up to the sky. So lay on down, feet on the mat, knees bent, kind of close to your butt, knees hip distance apart. Squeeze through your glutes this time to raise your hips up to the sky. Shoulders stay on the mat. You're making a nice diagonal line from your hips to your shoulders. Engaging your abs, squeezing your glutes, holding the top of your glute bridge just for a second or two, and then lower it down, feeling each vertebrae touching the mat, scooping your abs, keeping that lower back on the mat when your hips reach the mat. 3 more seconds. Nice work. Slow mountain climbers, flip on over to that plank position. We're going to go nice and slow. First, get into the plank. Engage your abs, squeeze your butt, then drive your knee nice and slow towards your wrist. Then back to plank, other knee. Really focus on using your abs to bring your knee in and out. Maybe take your left knee to your right elbow, little oblique twist there. Last 10 seconds. Keep it slow. Don't forget to breathe. All right. Stay in that same position. We'll start off on all fours. We'll be doing a beast hold. So from the all fours position, lift your knees just a couple of inches off of the mat. Shift your weight back towards your heels. And we're just going to hold this beast hold for another 30 seconds or so. If you want, you could shift your weight forward and back, but do try and keep your knees off the mat. That's the whole fun part of this exercise, is to keep those knees off the mat, your abs engaged, supporting your own body weight. Of course, if you need to, drop to your knees, but once you have the energy, lift those knees back up, shift the weight back, and hold that position. Nice work. Windshield wiper. So we'll do this. Let's do this lying down with straight legs today. So lying down, bring your legs to tabletop and straight up. And we're just going to make big windshield wiper motions up and over to one side. Keeping your legs glued together as straight as possible. Getting your feet or your legs as close to the mat as possible without touching. Slow and controlled over to the left, over to the right. Keeping at least half of your butt on the mat. You don't want to lift off completely. What's next? What's next? Criss Cross. So we kind of did this earlier with the bicycle. But this time we'll focus just on nice wide elbows. Head is curled off the mat. Right leg extends 45 degrees. Right armpit, left knee. And you cross. And you criss. And you cross. Keep that going. Slow and controlled. Elbows nice and wide. Exhale on the twist. Inhale as you bring your knee in. Exhale as you extend your leg. It's kind of a riddle. If you're doing both at the same time, when are you really supposed to inhale and exhale? All right, what's next? Neck pull. This one's super hard for me. So you start lying down straight with your legs together. You're going to sit up with your hands behind your head. I have to use a little bit of momentum here because it's not going to work. But you sit up and you keep going, gently pulling on your head and folding over the front of your legs.
And then you roll down with your hands behind your head, and you do the same thing over again. Since I have little to no core strength, I need to use a lot of momentum. Let's try with the knees bent a little bit. Nope, still need that momentum. I'll do better next time, I promise. Bird dog. Let's come to all fours once again, bird dog. Extend the right leg back hip height. Left arm out straight. We'll hold that. And then we'll drive the left elbow towards the right knee, get that to touch. Bring everything back down. Extend the left leg out long, hip height. Right arm straight. Hold that for a second. Engage the abs. Right elbow to left knee. Bring it back down. Kind of go at your own pace here. You can hold each position just for a brief second. Try and get that elbow to touch the opposite knee. The focus here is really to scoop out your abs even while your limbs are outstretched. All right, Ukrainian twists. Much better than Russian twists, I say. Ukrainian twists, I'll show you from the front view. You can have your legs together, slightly bent, heels on the mat, and you twist, trying to get that elbow as close to the mat as possible. You follow your hands with your eyes. Another option here to make it a little bit more challenging is to lift your heels off the mat while you twist side to side. Lean back a little bit. Keep those abs engaged. Keep on following your hand with your eyes. Really focus on big twists. Nice work. Dead bug. So it's like a bird dog, but upside down. All right, so lie on down, legs in the tabletop, arms straight up. You extend your right leg to a 45-degree angle as you extend your left arm back to a 45-degree angle and back to center. Switch arms, switch legs. Really energizing, reaching as far as you can. Try and get your toes to touch the wall in front of you. Try and get your hand to reach the wall behind you. You got this. Keep on going. Another 13 seconds or so. All right. Cherry pickers, stay lying down. Bring your legs in the tabletop once again. Squeeze them together, then extend them straight up. Reach your arms up to the sky and try and pick some cherries off of your toes. Crunching up towards your toes. Keeping your legs nice and straight. Lower back stays on the mat. This is the crunch from your upper torso, it's not a reverse crunch, so it's not from your hips. It's all from your abs curling up, reaching for your toes. Nice work. I wonder if we're going to end right on time. Stay on the mat. Bring your legs back to tabletop. Time for Pilates 100s. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders. Hover your arms just a couple inches off the mat. Start pumping your arms vigorously at your side. Look at your belly button or your thighs. I'll count us to 100. We're at about 30 right now. Inhale for 5 counts, then exhale for 5 counts. Try and do the motion out of your armpits. We're at about 80, 90, last 10, and 100. I really have no clue if we did 100, but We did about 43 seconds worth, which is good for me. All right, pelvic lift, same position. Feet a little bit closer than your hips and just a few inches away from your butt. Hands down on the mat, push into your heels as you peel your pelvis up, tucking your pelvis, using your abs and some glutes to lift your pelvis up to the sky. Just really try and make that mind and muscle connection between your abs, each vertebrae touching the mat one at a time, then your lower back. All right, nice work. Mountain climbers, standard speed. Get the heart rate up a little bit, why not? All right, plank position. First get that good plank position, then drive your knees in nice and fast. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Halfway through. Three, 2, and 1. Take that 10-second rest. Oblique twist. All right. So kind of like a Russian twist or Ukrainian twist. In fact, I think it's pretty much the same exercise. So let's do some more oblique twists. Heels either on the mat or off the mat. Twisting side to side. It's absolutely fine to do the same exercise twice in one workout. Sometimes you do the same exercise 3 or 4 times in one workout. And that's what we're going to do today. All right, let's go do some more bicycles. All right. So bicycle, left and right, elbow to knee this time. All right, keep on going. 10 more seconds. Nice work. Interesting. So now we're going to practice teaser a little bit. So the way I like to do that, so teaser is when you are basically extended like this, and like this, a little bit more reclined. I can't really hold it myself, so we'll practice getting into that. So start sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Bring your legs in the tabletop. Then extend your arms out next to your ears. Try and glue your legs together. And then extend your legs. So we're kind of in like a hollow body hold. And then back to tabletop. Extend. Bend in. Just keep that going. Nice work. All right, I believe one of the last exercises is going to be a frog stand. Then we'll do a plank, and then we will be on our way. So for the frog stand, start with a deep squat, sumo squat, knees out to the side. Lock your elbows into your knees. Shift your weight forward. Balance on your hands. lift your feet off the mat and try and hold that balance for as long as you can. I need to come off of it every so often because this is really difficult. Nice work. All right. Corkscrew. Let's bring our legs up, and then we will glue the legs together, both legs straight up to the sky, and we're creating down, around, and over to the right. Stop at the top, and then we move right, down, around, over to the left, stop at the top. So we're kind of making like a corkscrew motion with our legs glued together straight as you can. Last 10 seconds. Nice work. Up next is our last plank of the day for 1 minute and 6 seconds. And then we will get into a cool down and be done. So let's extend the left leg back, right leg back, either shoulder distance apart or legs glued together. Engage the abs, squeeze the butt, and just hold that position. Halfway through, about 33 more seconds to go. Every time we do a plank, we add on 1 second, and we reset our plank counter at the beginning of this year. So we're starting over, starting new. Remember, you can also lower down to a forearm plank. Just make sure you bring your butt with you. Keep your abs engaged, squeeze your butt. 10 more seconds left. And then we get into a cool down. Nice work. Cool down time. Sit your feet back towards your heels. Child's pose. Reach your arms out nice and long. Walk your arms to one side of the mat. And then over to the other side of the mat. And then back to center for one big deep breath. All right, let's come to all fours. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, drop the stomach, look up. Arch your back for the cow. And exhale, push the mat away, round the back for the cat. We'll do one more of these. Inhale, drop the stomach, look up for the cow. Exhale, round the back, push the mat away for the cat. Let's come back to center, do that high cobra again. So walk your hands to the front of the mat, drop your pelvis down. Squeeze your butt a little, lower your shoulders out of your ears. And exhale, stretching out the abs. All right, let's come back to center. And we will come to seated cross-legged. We'll do a side body stretch, some nice deep breaths, and be all done. So reach your arms up to the sky. Let your left hand fall to the left side of the mat. Bend over to the left. Let your left forearm touch the mat. Look up towards your right hand. And just hold that. Come back to center. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Let the right hand fall to the mat. Right forearm. Bend over to the right. Keeping your left butt cheek on the mat. Look up towards your right hand. Sit up nice and tall, back to center. We'll take 3 big deep breaths here. Inhale, nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Then exhale. All right, great job. That was of abs and core exercise, Pilates style, of course. We are live every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have some great stretching videos you can watch to stretch out a little bit more after our cool down. If not, please tune in tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.